It's an all David Dart shave featuring Dirty Biker Shave Soap coming up next. Hi YouTubers and wet shavers everywhere, it's BarberGeorgeTune.com. I'm back with another video. Great to see you again. Thanks so much for stopping by and sharing your time with me. Love getting together with you and talking all things traditional wet shave. We've got a brand new shave soap and splash in the shave den, courtesy of viewer David Dart. David, thank you very much. As a matter of fact, it's going to be an all David Dart shave because we're going to be using shaving gear that David very kindly and generously sent to the channel. So we are going to use, let me show it to you right now, we're going to use Blackbird Farm and Apothecary's Dirty Biker Shave Soap. How about that? We'll remind you of the scent notes on screen. This aged whiskey scent note comes through beautifully. Oh, this is manly and masculine. Really looking forward to making the lather with this. We also have the aftershave splash right here. And we're going to be using our Aylesworth Apex aluminum razor. Again, big thanks to David Dart for sending this one to the channel. Love this razor. And we're also going to be using the Aylesworth Altair shaving brush with a G5C knot. David very kindly sent the handle to the channel, and then we did a video showing you how to seat a knot, glue a knot into place. So check that out. It was really a great opportunity. So thanks again to David Dart for very kindly sending along the handle, allowing me to learn how to set a knot into a shaving brush handle. So that's the Altair with the G5C synthetic knot. We are also going to use a Dorco Prime razor blade right here. Like these a lot. And for our shaving bowl, we got this one from the Ohio Wet Shave Meetup. This is the Timeless Razor shaving bowl. Boy, this is terrific. I think everybody at the Ohio Wet Shavers Meetup came away with a shaving bowl. At one time, James German was just reaching into this big box and just throwing them out to everybody. I mean, there must have been 50 or 60 shaving bowls in that box. So I came away with a really nice gray one. So that's two that we have in the shave den. One that very kindly came from the folks at the Timeless Razor. Thanks again to all those folks there. And also one that came from the Ohio Wet Shavers Meetup, provided by the folks at Timeless Razor. So that's what we got going on here. We're going to get some hot water on top of this brand new tub of shave soap. We're going to put some hot water in the shave bowl. We're going to do our pre-shave wash, and then I'll see you on the other side to build a lather and get the shave going. We've got 3 days worth of beard growth. So no pre-shave lather, a pre-shave wash, but no pre-shave lather because we're going to let the Dirty Biker by Blackbird Farm and Apothecary Shave Soap do all the talking. So we're going to get that underway, so hang in there with me. Okay, we've got our pre-shave wash done. We've got some hot water on top of the tub here, on top of the shave soap here. This is also a rather harder shave soap. It's not a soft crope-like shave soap. It's got a little bit of density to it. You can see right here, I poked my finger in there before I put water on there just to test it. Yeah, it's pretty hard. I think it's going to lather up nicely. Here is the hot water in the Timeless Razor shave bowl, and here is my Altair brush soaking. And let's go ahead and this scent is marvelous. As I mentioned on the Monday morning mailbag, it reminds me of Thanksgiving because my grandfather at one point during the Thanksgiving meal would call everyone into, all the men, regardless of age, call us into the kitchen, and he would reach into the cabinet and bring down a bottle of whiskey, and everyone had to do a shot. Even if I was 5 or 6 years old, I had to do a little bit. Just a Hungarian tradition for good health and prosperity and, you know, the coming new year, that sort of thing. Okay, we're going to, boy, this loads up really nicely. And I'm getting a good load there. Okay, and look at that. I'm just going to dip that in just a little water in there. I'm just going to dip a little water in there, just a little bit, to see how much more I get. Because it's the first time using it, I don't know what the water to soap ratio is, so I want a little more dampness on the brush to see what I get here. Boy, that is really starting to cream up nicely. Okay, so look at that. It's starting to build around the inner rim there. And that's kind of my cue to know that I've got a nice brush load. All right, so here we go with the, you can see all the nice raised ridges in there, nice and smooth. We're going to go ahead and start building this lather. And again, this scent is marvelous. And I can tell right off the bat, I'm going to need some more water with this. But that scent is, that aged whiskey just comes through. This is marvelous. And I'm going to put a little, I'm going to be a little more generous with dipping the tips of the shaving brush in the water there. Oh, this is great. This is marvelous. Oh yeah, we're going to need a little more water. I think perhaps too much of a brush load, so I'm going to have to add a little more water. Just a guess on my part. The more you use a shave soap, you'll become more familiar with how much to load the brush, how much water to add. It'll become automatic. If you're going from shave soap to shave soap, you're shifting gears. Might take you a little bit to remember. You kind of have to fly blind for a little bit until you start seeing that lather develop, and you can kind of, it's easy to kind of guess and see how much you have there. It's better to load more soap than not, and then have to add water. So it's better to add water than to have to add soap. Let me put it to you that way. My gosh, I got some lather here, but I want it to be a little more creamy. So I'm going to add just a little bit more water. Oh, I think that's got it. Just a little bit. And you can hear that tone drop. Did you hear that? The Zerati shift, as Jimmy V coined. Oh, that's marvelous. Look at, that's what I'm looking for. Wow, is that nice? You look at that. Boom, lather. Check that out. I'm looking for some really, really good coverage here because I got 3 days worth of beard growth. Look at that. That is really nice and creamy. And again, I've got a lot of beard growth here, so it's going to paint on and give me some coverage. But if I had 1 day's worth of beard growth, it would probably paint on a little more easily because, you know, I don't have that much whisker there. But I've got plenty of whisker here, but I'm getting some great, great coverage. Wow, that is terrific. Look at what I got there. And again, this scent is fabulous. I love this scent. Oh, wow. Look at that. And the great thing is, like a lot of great artisan shave soaps, this one is no exception. You can kind of build layers like that. See that? Kind of build layers and increase the cushion, which is what I'm doing here because, again, I've got 3 days worth of beard growth. Look at that. Wow. That is really, really nice and creamy. That's terrific. I mean, the first time out with this, that's a really nice lather. I think I can improve on it a little bit. I mean, but that's pretty darn good. That is really, really good. Let me get a little more up here. Okay. Man, and I can't tell you how, I just can't tell you enough how great this scent is. This is marvelous. Like I said, when I first opened up the tub, those Thanksgiving Day memories just came flooding back. And again, they're flooding back. It's just wonderful. All right, here's the Apex aluminum razor from Aylesworth. This is terrific. Okay, we're going to take off the base plate and cap. Here's our Dorco Prime razor blade. We're going to put that back in there like that. Set that aside. Here's the wrapper, and here is the blade. Dorco Prime, right there. All right, so here's the cap. We're going to put that right on the cap like that. I like how that just seats very, very nicely with the tabs poking right through the blade there so you can see it for alignment because the slots do not go all the way through the base plate. So that's nice how that all lines up. Look at that. That's beautiful. And the O-ring is already in place. I have that sitting in place. It's got a perfect, beautiful countersink right in the base plate where that O-ring just sits there so nicely. Balance and alignment are spot on. How about that? The base plate is red, just like the Altair shaving brush. How about that? Really, that's terrific. It really is. All right, we're going to heat this up under some hot water because I am doing a warm water shave. Even though it was warm today, I mean, we're in I'm shooting this video while we're in the early autumn season. It's getting cool at night, but today it was like 79 degrees. But still, want to do a warm water shave with this because I think it's the fact that it's whiskey. You know, the warmth of whiskey, a warm water shave, that sort of thing. All right, here we go. 30 degrees, a light touch. Let the razor do all the work, gentlemen. Boy, there is something about this razor. It just cuts through the whisker. I haven't used it for several weeks, so I have to just find that angle. The angle is pretty much right there built into the razor head. So you may have noticed first couple of swipes, I wasn't right on the money. Very smooth though. Then I corrected, and all of a sudden, the whisker is just being shaved away beautifully. Nice glide, good slickness, but wonderful, wonderful cushion. Wonderful cushion. Look at how that protection just remained on the chin while I'm doing that. That's exceptional. That really is. This razor on the with the grain pass, it gets right up underneath the nostril to get everything out of there. That's really wonderful. And again, that protection comes in play here in making sure that I'm getting all those little whiskers that may have grown and kind of curled over the lip, those little stragglers as I call them, make sure that they're removed. We're going to double check that on the next pass. But I got probably a good 95% here. I'm going to have to do a little bit of touch up here and there on the second pass, but I'll let that go for the second pass. All right, first pass done. Let's rinse. Boy, I tell you, I am right on the cusp of being in socially acceptable shave territory. That's remarkable. That really is. Wow. That's fantastic. Now, the extra water on the face, I think, is going to come into play here with this lather. Oh, yeah, look at that. It just responds. It takes advantage of that extra water. And again, you can see how it's painting on so much more easily because I remove the lion's share of the whisker. So, you know, when you see some of the videos on my channel where it looks like the lather isn't painting on as easily, it's because I got a lot of beard growth there. You know, maybe 2, 3 days, 4 days, 5 days, something like that. But 3 days, yeah, that's getting up there for me. And look how wonderfully this lather painted on now that the lion's share of that whisker is removed. Look at that. Oh, that is marvelous. And it has such a great feel on the skin. Really, really a wonderful feel. Nice and silky smooth. I keep going back to the scent. The scent is marvelous. This is a manly scent. This one is completely masculine and manly. Wow. And there's also a bit of elegance there, you know, that comes with having a little bit of whiskey, right? Wow, that's terrific. Yeah, oh man. Okay, a little bit right there. All right, I love lathering. Okay, let's get back to the shave. All right, we're going to go with pass number 2. We're going to go east to west across the grain, and I'm just checking the razor here, and everything is nicely snugged up, very solid, very, very stable. All right, pass number 2. We're going to go east to west across the grain. Again, there's no biting, there's no pinching as I'm shaving along the neckline there. Oh man, is that nice. Wow, that is marvelous. You know, you're supposed to use short strokes, okay? If you're a beginner, short strokes like this. So you keep control. But every once in a blue moon, when you get a really, really nice artisan shave soap that builds this kind of lather, it's like automatic pilot. You just do this really, really long shaving swap, shaving swap, swipe, swap. You know what I'm saying? Just this really, really long shaving swipe with the razor, and everything is nicely protected. But you know what? If you're new to the traditional wet shave, I would say keep short, controlled strokes, and then build your technique, and it'll come. It'll just happen. One day it'll just happen. Don't try to find it. It'll find you. Again, really nice residual slickness. Cleaning up the chin. Okay, let's get the upper lip here. Now, I don't know if you noticed, but as I'm using this part of the razor head here to do this area here, this lower part was actually right here. And it happened to just be at an angle where both of those areas were were shaving. And the slickness of this shave soap, of the lather from the shave soap, is such that no problem at all. That residual slickness just really saved the day there. All right, second pass done. Let's rinse. 3 days worth of beard growth, 2 passes of BBS finish. No kidding. We're going to go ahead and do our final rinse routine, and then I'll see you on the other side for the alum block, and we'll talk a little bit more about Blackbird shaving soap from, Dirty Biker shaving soap from Blackbird Farm and Apothecary. Dirty Biker shave soap from Blackbird Farm and Apothecary. We're going to do our final rinse routine. Alum block on the other side, so hang in there with me. That was marvelous. That was absolutely marvelous. Wow, clean, fresh towel waiting for me right here. Boy, that was a terrific shave. My gosh, what a wonderful result. Boy, does that feel nice. Wow. All right, let's run some cold water and let's get this alum block underneath the cold water. Let me show you something here. Let me turn that off for a minute. This is my Sterling Soap Company alum block. Now it broke. The end piece broke like that. Okay, so all I did was file this down here, and I got it fairly smooth, and I used just a little fingernail file like this right here. And I just filed that down, ran some water on it, filed it down, right? Took down the corners, no sharp edges, and we're back in business. It's a very generously sized alum block, so give it a look at Sterling Soap Company. It really is terrific. So still using it, and that end there is nice and smooth. So we're going to run this under some cold water, and here we go. Boy, that's nice and smooth. No zinging, no stinging at all. My gosh, that is nice. That's terrific. Wow. No zinging, no stinging at all. What a wonderful result. All right, we're going to dry this off. But we're going to be a little careful here because last time I dried it off, I was holding it on the ends, and that's where it broke. It was weak on that one end, so I'm going to have to be careful. Okay. Because there's a lot of use left with this alum block right here. All right, so we're going to just put it back here in its case, and we're going to let that air dry. Let me show you the lather. I didn't splash in there, but I'm going to just do that a little bit just to look how much I have here. I have enough. I have more than enough for a third pass. Look at these beautiful peaks. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Isn't that marvelous? This lather is fantastic. Wonderful, wonderful cushion. It has a wonderful feel on the face. Nice and silky and smooth. And this aged whiskey scent is marvelous. If you're looking for a really good, manly, masculine shave soap scent, this is it. Dirty Biker from the Blackbird Farm and Apothecary. I keep saying Blackbird shave soap because the word Blackbird is a little more pronounced at the top. And Dirty Biker is kind of right here in the middle, kind of smaller, so I keep saying Blackbird. But it's Dirty Biker from Blackbird Farm and Apothecary. Absolutely terrific. And we have the aftershave splash. Again, a big thank you to viewer David Dart for all this. all this wonderful, wonderful shave gear in the shave den for this shave today. You know what? I am going to shake this up a little bit. I don't know the ingredients. I should have checked before I did this. Okay, so it's got witch hazel, alcohol-free distillate. Okay, aloe vera leaf extract, distilled water, and some other here. Here it is right here. Take a look right there. So it doesn't look like there's any alcohol in there. Okay. Shake it up anyhow, okay, and we're going to go ahead and be really generous with this. Okay, here we go. Oh, yeah, this looks like it's going to really, all right. Sort of the Jimmy V method, just in case. Now we're going to slap on nothing but the good stuff. All right. That's a marvelous scent. That's really, really nice. There's some nice moisturizing qualities to this. That's terrific. Boy, that feels great. Yeah, yes. It's liquid, but it almost has a little bit of a balm feel. Just a little bit. Kind of approaching that. Wonderful. Great, great shade. A marvelous, marvelous scent. And wonderful, wonderful performance from Blackbird Farm and Apothecary's Dirty Biker. This came from the Stonefield Shaving Company. They have an online website. I believe they're based in Canada, as is all this gear. These are all Canadian made, and just in time for your Canadian Thanksgiving, as a matter of fact, which is coming up in early October here. So an early happy Thanksgiving to everyone up in Canada, and a big, big thank you to David Dart for very kindly sending Blackbird Farm and Apothecary's Dirty Biker Shave Soap and Aftershave Splash. It made for an absolutely wonderful BBS shave. No nicks, no cuts, no irritation, no zings, no stings. 3 days worth of beard growth. Absolutely fantastic how it just shaved away so beautifully, smooth, and comfortably, especially with the Aylesworth Apex aluminum razor. Check this one out, and also check out the Altair shaving brush from Aylesworth as well. My gosh, some wonderful, wonderful shaving gear, courtesy of viewer David Dart. David, Thank you again very, very much. All right, that's it. Thanks very much for tuning in again. I really do appreciate it. Please share, please subscribe, please like. Hit that bell so to give you a yell the next time I upload a video. Comment below. Let me know. Check out my Amazon product page at amazon.com/shop/MarkZerati, where you'll find all the Amazon listed products that I review on this channel, organized and categorized so you can find everything in a snap very easily. Thanks very much for tuning in again. I really do appreciate it. I'll see you again real soon.